The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Erojak. In this edition, locals welcome Kwarabri to Ambunganja Road Project, Oil Palm Ministry seeks support in sustainable practices, and tigers capitalize on hunters' ill discipline. Australia has further strengthened the digital understanding and cooperation with Papua New Guinea. In his official ministerial visit to Canberra and Sydney from the 15th to the 20th of June, Minister for Information and Communication Technology Timothy Masiu said this partnership is aimed at deepening bilateral cooperation with Australia in the digital space and related technologies and innovations, amongst other things discussed with the new Australian Minister for Communications and Sports, Anika Wells, and Minister for Pacific Islands Affairs, Pat Conroy, was PNG's proposal for a converged MOU on digital development to strengthen and align Australia-PNG efforts across cybersecurity, connectivity, cloud adoption, and digital government services were discussed. The MOU will consolidate and build upon programs like Australia's Rapid Cyber Support and Satellite initiatives, while introducing structured cooperation in many areas. Active discussions and consultations are underway on the funding and implementation. A groundbreaking ceremony for a 9-kilometer road project to connect Kwarabri to Ambunganja in Yanguru Sausia District, East Sepik Province, was recently officiated by the member for Yanguru Sausia, Richard Maru. This is a historic milestone for his people 50 years on.
For the past 50 years, the people of Warambri in Yanguru Sausia District long to see tangible development to improve access to services daily, delaying important infrastructure that would enable this. Yanguru Sausia MP Richard Maru was in the district recently to launch the 9-kilometer Warambri to Ambunganja Road project. Maru said funding was allocated to the project contractor 2 months ago. Maru reiterated that this 400,000 road project will enable access to services.
You know, one player, member after member, council after council, president after president. So I accept, on whatever the by appreciating myself now, 400,000 road.
Maru urged locals to support the project's construction phase so that it can be delivered in time.
Suppose spend money, this time we contractor by machine and finish now. By no right man here, by no stock man, you make sure you must start man, look at the workman, work must go and finish.
Landowner Joseph Lakimani said law and order issues are a common challenge faced in the area. Therefore, the construction of this road will enable police visibility, which will then mitigate this issue. Maru added that other development plans will include the construction of a bridge and the implementation of 2 new generators. Maru made a commitment to complete these developments before September of this year.
The Poland coming on finish. You will come now. Please go on up. Out of this work by including now.
The member for Yanguru Sausia pledged 300,000 kina to Nehembe Primary School to help build a modernized infrastructure facilities for the school for effective teaching and learning.
Students and staff of Nehembe Primary School in Yanguru Sausia District hosted a small yet significant welcome ceremony for local MP and Minister for International Trade and Investment Richard Maru recently. Maru was in the district to see a number of significant events, including the launching of the Warambri to Amunganja Road project.
School people are building modern facilities, staff houses, so people are attracting the best teachers. Only comes up environment of the school must nice now, very modern. So it's good now, but school good now. We worry academic performance must top.
When making his speech, Maru said his visit to Nehembe Primary was to announce the funding support of 300,000 kina for modernized infrastructure to enhance teaching and learning capacity for the school.
Like in elementary or early childhood, you must focus and make sure all beginning learning English and learn English now coming up. Maths learn English, computer learn English. So big investment by district now by go to elementary or early childhood education.
Maru said the funding is for a variety of projects based on the school's request. He said one project that needs to be completed is the early childhood learning building, a priority for the school.
He finished 3 weeks ago. Now we can announce him. Board people are meeting tonight. Decide how we will use him. Tomorrow go to coordination, running check. Action Minister and by now yet. You will not use him, half of that money will finish him. Headmaster you will finish him, fine one, you have choice to play. You will put him half long, staff half long, classroom and choice to play. But tomorrow, go and get the coordination and get your check done by next week. Yeah. Your UR has been released to the district and staff long. I can't be below here. So now planning to talk. I said people are working groundbreaking. Road staff will come now.
The MP urged the school board and management to use the funding appropriately. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
The Universal Church of Papua New Guinea visited the Bomana prison to share the gospel and kindness with prisoners and prison staff. Acting chaplain for Bomana Correctional Facility, Inspector Nelly Gairi, said the chaplaincy comes under the Welfare and Rehabilitation Program, and one of its yearly activities is Dedication Day on Wednesdays, which allows church groups to visit with inmates and staff.
The Universal Church of Papua New Guinea, led by Bishop Jonathan Pine, visited the Bomana prison recently to share with the inmates and prison staff on Dedication Day. Acting chaplain for Bomana Correctional Facility, Inspector Nelly Gairi, said the chaplaincy comes under the Welfare and Rehabilitation Program, and one of its yearly activities is Dedication on Wednesdays, which allow churches to visit with inmates and staff.
And here I'm very glad that the United Lutheran has invited the Universal Church, our Bishop Jonathan, and Pastor Henry, and the saints at the Universal Church that you're here today. The main progress that we have is we share the Word of God. We share the Word of God, and sometimes the churches come in to feed us, like today. And I just want to say thank you for your church coming to support us physically and spiritually. And thank you for the word that has been shared here. In HSU, this is the high security unit where we have the main rehabilitation program that we have here is the spiritual impact. that is transforming the lives of our inmates here.
The visitors were led by Bishop Jonathan Pine, also shared with prisoners the verse in John chapter 3 verse 16 to 17, emphasizing that every person matters and that through Jesus there is forgiveness and hope.
The Bible says like this, for God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world. God did not send Pequenino Beloem into this world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. So it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you have done. It doesn't matter what sins you have committed.
The Universal Church looks forward to doing more for Bomana Prison, including enhancing outreach efforts, providing continued support and spiritual guidance to inmates. Through various programs and activities, the Church hopes to foster hope and a sense of community among those incarcerated as part of their rehabilitation towards becoming better people, both behind bars and when they leave. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
The Papua New Guinea Correctional Service launched its 50th Independence Anniversary Golden Jubilee logo this morning in Port Moresby. The PNGCS Golden Jubilee logo is a visual symbol that marks 50 years of Papua New Guinea's independence and highlights the PNG Correctional Service's enduring journey, national commitment, and institutional transformation. The logo encapsulates 50 years of correctional service transformation, discipline, duty, and national building. It celebrates PNGCS's past, reaffirms its present responsibilities, and reimagines a stronger, reformed, and more inclusive future for the service and the country. PNGCS management, staff, and dignitaries were present to witness this significant launch. This is TV1 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Pine PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency, and quietness. Designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort, and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride. The bus that exceeds all expectation.
Down.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One top jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Greystone's got a double! It comes away to three-quarter. And he's off the mountain! Oh, it's an intercept straight to Raby and away to Stone Street. He goes to the split cover. Bradman Best, he's nearly off. There was an ankle tap of Sharp. Keep getting in the point. Why not? Munster, high kick. Coates! Unbelievable! Saving! Short ball.
Welcome back. Lagi Youth Ministry, a vibrant Christian youth group from Vabukori village in Port Moresby, are on a mission to spread the love of God through song and dance. The group's main focus is making sure depression does not cause many peers to drift away. Gospel songs, like many music genres, can have powerful emotional and spiritual impact on those who listen to it. For many people, gospel music, because of its uplifting messages, spiritual encouragement, and sense of community, can help improve mood, provide comfort, and reduce feelings of loneliness or despair, which might ease symptoms of depression. Venice Moses, team leader of the Lagi Youth Ministry, a group known for its gospel singing in the Motuan dialect, spoke to this news team of the group's purpose to bring God's light and love to everyone who hears them.
And the more we did that, and the more gatherings we did, or let me say, the more fellowships we did, they started gaining confidence. And through a lot of prayer, fasting, and worshiping, we began to identify that yes, we can also sing and dance. Anybody can sing and dance, but unique gift we identified here was that the joy that comes out from inside out. It's not something you hide. It's something that God wants people to see, to show what kind of God He is.
The name of the group belongs to the Lagi clan, passed down from elders. The group adopted the name in 2007.
The generation before me, they started it. So most of them now are deacons and grandparents or bubus, and when they handed it over to us, then we decided to take it on in 2007.
They sing to bring light and love to the lives of youths who may be faced with depression and draw them away from suicidal thoughts.
People need to be inspired and blessed and encouraged. And so they might not even know what we're singing. It might be in Motu. The person might be from the Southern Highlands. But when the Holy Spirit works through the songs, there's just peace. And they know that there's hope. Somebody could be wanting to commit suicide. But just by singing those songs, they can find peace.
Along the years, the ministry gained recognition. Now, with the grace of God, they're not only performing at church events, but corporate functions, welcome celebrations from other countries, and many more. With credits to composer Vagi Frank, some of the songs they sing are now sung worldwide. With many composed songs and covers sung, Lagi Youth Ministry is planning to write more prophetic songs that deliver spiritual, religious, or visionary messages often considered to be inspired by prophets or prophetic insight. Team leader Venice Moses said they are testing new waters as well, including recording their own songs.
Test new waters as well. So we want to record our own songs and do our own dances as well. And we're also going into prophet singing now. So any other event we go to, we're also gonna perform prophet songs. We are encouraging ourselves to write our own prophet songs, new ones, so for the benefit of the new generation. And also we're trying to go back to doing our traditional dancing, but redeemed by the gospel.
Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke and General Secretary of the Oil Palm Industry Corporation, Capson Pupita, met with the Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil team led by Joseph de Cruz in Port Moresby today. The purpose of this meeting was to strengthen engagement between RSPO and Papua New Guinea on sustainable practices in the oil palm sector, including addressing deforestation and community impact.
In today's meeting with Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil, Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke highlighted the significance of fostering sustainable development in the oil palm industry, emphasizing its potential to support economic growth while also protecting the environment. The RSPO team, led by Joseph D. Cruz, presented strategies for promoting responsible palm oil production, addressing issues such as deforestation and community impact. Both parties expressed their commitment to collaborate, aiming to enhance sustainability standards in PNG's oil palm industry and ensuring that the benefits of production extend to local communities. This meeting marks a critical step in building a partnership that prioritizes sustainable practices and responsible sourcing in the oil palm sector. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
And now the finance news. The Kina closed lower at $0.2429 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying $0.2354, $0.3629 Australian dollars, $0.1969 euro, and 34.11 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed lower except gold closed higher and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans, expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
Johnston. Johnston with some room to move. Alex Johnston, he kicks it again. This should be a try. Alex Johnston
It's an unstoppable rush. Taking that extra mile, pushing beyond the limit and making it happen. Fueling the passion for rugby and empowering the next generation. Feel the power.
Boom! The One Talk jackpot is rolling over week on week. 500,000 Kina. Get your tickets now. Draws every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Play now at 321lotto.com.pg or any of your 321 authorized retailer. 321. Win big every day.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home with an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Rugby League is a powerful force that unites Papua New Guinea and develops our youth. Through partnerships with the PNG LNG Kumals, Grassroots Rugby League and Justin Olam, we aim to instill skills to last a lifetime.
I'm community blue. When it's on you walk him, I'm a community. You must all community.
When we invest in people, we invest in tomorrow's possibilities.
Pull up!
Every time you look at me, you can sweet smiley face, man, I'm in a liar. They came in like set with him, you look.
Thanks for staying with us. In news overseas, U.S. President Donald Trump has appeared to reopen the door on seeking regime change in Iran, taking to his social media platform to question if it would make Iran great again, after Iran's president said the U.S. must receive a response to their aggression after yesterday's attacks. The UN Security Council held an emergency session in New York on the request of Iran. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi demanded the meeting condemn the U.S. bombing of 3 nuclear sites. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said the attacks risk descending into a rat hole of retaliation. Iran's Ambassador Amir Sayed Iravani said the strikes were unfounded. Israel's Ambassador Danny Danon said the world should thank the U.S. for acting to prevent a nuclear Iran, and U.S.'s Ambassador Dorothy Shear said the strikes were an act of collective self-defense. China strongly condemns the strikes, and Russia said the U.S. strikes reopened a Pandora's box, and Washington is clearly not interested in diplomacy. Meanwhile, Australia's Foreign Minister Penny Wong says the government supports the United States' strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. Artists from Arnhem Land's Yirrkala region have travelled to Sydney to showcase hundreds of works in a new exhibition at the Art Gallery of New South Wales. Yolgnu Power the Art of Yirrkala is attracted dozens of art lovers.
Warandan Marawili is an artist from northeast Arnhem Land. The Yolgnu man says his artistic passion began as a young boy.
My father was taught me to do this when I was young. I was there always beside him, watching, listen what he tell me.
His sculpture, Gamata Flames Beneath the Sea, took months to complete, made of rubbish from roadsides to illustrate totems found in First Nations songlines. It's one of almost 300 pieces in the latest exhibition at the Art Gallery of New South Wales. But while this offering may be new, art from the community has been shared with anthropologists for nearly 90 years as a form of cultural diplomacy.
The main thing to take from all of these works is the generosity of the artists in constantly sharing with us their cultural knowledge, their connection to country, in the hope that they create some form of understanding.
The exhibition features a range of works, including sculptures, light installations and bark paintings. Yolngu artistry has existed since the beginning of time, with generations of Yirrkala families continuing its powerful legacy. The art will be on display until October 6th, and for Mr. Marawili and his community, the power in Yolngu creation will endure for many years to come.
Its crystal clear waters and picturesque islands give Raja Ampat the title, the last paradise on earth. But this archipelago off Indonesia's east coast has emerged as the latest battleground between groups at odds over the country's nickel industry. Greenpeace Indonesia has been campaigning to protect Raja Ampat and released an investigation into nickel mining in the area earlier this month. The report revealed nickel mines are responsible for at least 550 hectares of deforestation across 3 islands, Manuran Island, Gag Island, and Kawe Island. Indonesia is the biggest refiner of nickel in the world. Over the past decade, the rapid expansion of the industry to support the electric vehicle and green energy transition created opportunities for some, while others struggle to get by. Australian conservationist Lynn Lawrence said 75% of the world's known hard coral species, 1,800 reef fish, and 5 endangered turtle species are among the significant sea life at Raja Ampat. He said Raja doesn't need to be admired for what it still has. It needs to be protected for what it still gives. A father and son with a mutual love of vintage cars have spent the past 3 years restoring a race car to compete in a unique Outback event. Their 1928 model, a Ford, will be among more than 130 machines reenacting races held prior to World War II.
Means something different to old soldiers like Ray Dimmick.
Ray and Ray. Big Ray used to be in Little Ray, now it's Old Ray and Young Ray.
A panel beater before joining the army, the Vietnam veteran passed his love of cars onto his son.
Everything that's on the vehicle that we've sourced and done for it is to replicate a 1928 Ford Speedster.
This was totally rusted to buggery. Nearly 3 years. So from the time he said, I found a car, and he showed me a photo of a chassis in a backyard. Yeah, it's been a labour of love, I suppose you call it.
A former sergeant in the Special Air Service, he's more at home on a motorbike.
For his 80th birthday, we went around Australia on 2 motorbikes, and that was an experience, but nothing deters him. He wants to go and do something, he'll go and do it.
We'll go fast, but we won't go crazy fast. I leave that for my motorbikes.
Months of anticipation led up to their first test drive. They're on track for the Red Dust Revival near Kalgoorlie in September. About 130 vintage cars have registered for the event, which reenacts races held at Lake Perkalilly before World War II. And they're certain to stand out.
Everything about it is 1928, except the paint colour. That's 1931 commercial Ford. So they used to have it on all the old pickups.
Resurrecting a piece of motoring history.
These wrecks in the backyards are now being brought back to life, and that's what it's all about.
While proving age is just a number.
So that's me there, 83.
ABC Radio Australia has completed its expansion of services across the Pacific, with the Marshall Islands set to host broadcasts for the first time in more than 5 years. The Marshall Islands is the latest listener to join the network, which has doubled in 2 years and extends to 25 locations across the region. The launch is the final part of an expansion which kicked off with Gizo Island in the Solomon Islands in September 2023 and has been rolled out to 3 locations in PNG, in Kokopo, Lorengau, and Buka, the Federated States of Micronesia, Palau, Nauru, Kiribati, Tuvalu, Cook Islands, and Auki in the Solomon Islands. The completion of the project comes after a few months for independent media in Asia and the Pacific. You're watching TVWAN News. Next in sports, Muruk's prevail in thriller and Lowers win cricket invitational.
Cold Pal Lemon is tough on stains and gentle on clothes. Cold Pal Lemon has a great lemon fragrance which brightens your clothes and gives that extra freshness that lasts all day long. Cold Pal Lemon, tough on stains, gentle on clothes with extra freshness.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Use Savitu Awesome Condom and Wambla way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy, tingim. Use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Another day, another opportunity for a trophy. The UEFA Super Cup.
We are a close polyamorous squad of 4 people. Taya's my wife and Alicia's my girlfriend.
Alicia's my wife and Taya's my girlfriend.
We all live in the same house and raise our kids together.
Who's the father?
Me.
Both of us? All right. This is a little awkward.
It almost looks like they're more in love than him and I.
There's never a dull moment.
I don't know what we were thinking.
It's weird, but it's like good weird.
Poly Family starts Thursday, July 3 on TLC.
It is like a dream. When we turned around, everyone was dead. The stench of their bodies was horrible.
This creature is a force more powerful than evil. Only you can redeem us. He is coming.
Nosferatu premieres Saturday, June 28th, 10 p.m. on HBO.
Welcome back. In a tense showdown that lived up to its blockbuster hype, the Mendi Muruks showcased impressive resilience, edging out the Hela Wigmen 15-14 in a nail-biting contest during amazing round 11.
Look at that. Beautiful work. Topako is over. Kicks the referee for good measure.
Mendi Muruk's assistant coach Ismail Balkawa commended his boys for their determination, particularly in the dying moments of the match against the Hela Wigmen, which ultimately led to a decisive field goal from captain Mark Tony. The former Muruk's forward stalwart said they knew Wigmen had a strong lineup and expected a tough game. Wigmen injected high energy and intensity in both attack and defense, bringing the game right down to the wire.
We dug deep. We had
Well, the first half was not really quite good for us, but at least we came back in the second half. We hang in there and we completed the game. I think the boys trained for it, like they trained for a full 80 minutes, like first 40, second 40 and stuff. So that didn't really went down. With that confidence that they have, like, they just pushed till the 80th minute.
Despite the pressure, Muruks remained relentless, demonstrating why they are currently perched at the top of the league table. Their ability to match the Wigmen's firepower and withstand the mounting pressure culminated in a crucial field goal that broke the 14-all deadlock, sealing the victory and allowing them to maintain their lead in the standings.
The key factor is that they build confidence around themselves, and that enthusiasm and energy within themselves. So whenever they play within each other, they have confidence that they can go through.
Bibla ko walk through lo, intero training session lo. Pambla simila sa bibla expect them bla bibla strong bla game antemo Wigmen so. Bibla to ko se mem mas bibla win bla league margin so. Time bla ka mo solo tralen dole, bibla just focus lo si feel bona. Winning la game.
This thrilling encounter not only highlighted the strength and determination of the Muruk side, but also set the stage for an exciting remainder of the season as they continue to strive for excellence in their campaign. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Meantime, Hela Wigmen's coach Ian Yarrow praised his team for their heart and passion in a closely contested match against the competition leaders Mendi Muruks.
Come out to Lotte Kuma, and they've got good shape on the outside. Kalpasipa now, Stafford John for the corner. He's going to score. The Wigmen are over.
Despite a commendable effort, the Hela Wigmen ultimately fell short by a single point due to lapses in discipline on defense against Mendi Muruks. Coach Ian Yarrow noted that his players started the match strong, displaying great intent and energy in the first half. However, their focus waned in the second half, which allowed Mendi Muruks to capitalize on defensive mistakes and regain momentum.
I think our first half was really good, but we couldn't. Discipline is one of those key issues that we kept emphasizing on the boys. I think towards the end we gave that easy penalties for them to capitalize, and then they came back in the game. But just something that you can't at this level. You can't, you can't give away silly errors and giving away penalties like that. It will come back and at you at the end.
As the season approaches its critical stages, Coach Yarrow stressed the importance of unity and maintaining their drive as they prepare for their next game against the Martagan Eagles in Minsk following the bye weekend.
We're building up. We 3 losses, and then we saw positive signs from the last game we did with ISO last week. More better performance this week. We build on from here and then go on in the next week against the Eagles in Minsk.
Despite the loss, Wigmen remain in 4th place on the competition table with 12 points as they look forward to regroup and focus on discipline to avoid back-to-back losses, which is pivotal for their campaign this year. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The PNG Hunters are well and truly on the downward spiral after giving up a commanding lead to host Brisbane Tigers yesterday at the Totally Walkway Stadium, Australia. Paul Ayton's men led 16-8 at half-time break, but couldn't hold on to their lead in the second 40 as handling errors and ill discipline got the better of them. The Tigers capitalized on the opportunity and came out on top with a convincing 38-16 win.
PNG Hunters will have a closer look in the mirror and reflect on their recent performance after coming off a lead to a sloppy performance in the second half. The Hunters have struggled for form in the last fortnight. They were ambushed on home turf 50 points to 16 by the Dolphins in the week before, and they were then beaten fairly 18 points to 16 by Sunshine Coast Falcons the following weekend. Yesterday, they gave up their lead and lost to the Tigers in a concerning performance. This defeat would mean they are sliding down the Queensland Rugby League Host Plus Cup competition points ladder. Their competition is all but on the line. The action of Inform 5'8" Garovoro was not the answer to the Hunters' mid-season form slump. The Hunters will be hoping to dig deep to rediscover their winning ways. The Hunters sit out a bye this weekend before taking on Townsville Black Hawks the following weekend in Port Moresby. The team will use this bye week to reflect on lifting its performance. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
PNG Kumul's fullback and winger Alex Johnston is 7 tries away to becoming one of NRL's greatest try scorers of all time, following his 4 heroic tries in his side's 24-25 defeat to Melbourne Storm over the weekend. The Rabbitohs winger has scored 206 tries in his career since 2014. He is one step closer to overtaking Ken Irvin's 212 tries as the highest try scorer of all time. Irvin has been the top try scorer since 1973. This could change with the way Johnston is playing this season and the fact that he is expected to play next season. This season alone, Johnston scored 11 tries and sits second on the try scorers list, just behind Melbourne Storm fullback Orion Panenhuzen. The PNG international has averaged 20 tries a season at his best. He is on the verge of breaking a 52-year rugby league record. Host of the inaugural Pacific Oz Sports Cricket International, Cricket PNG, has expressed gratitude to participating teams, Australia Indigenous Team, Vanuatu and Samoa for a successful tournament. The 6-day tournament produced a thrilling cricket action. At the conclusion of the Invitational on Saturday, PNG Lawas finished at the top to claim the title as inaugural winners of Pacific Oz Sports Cricket Invitational.
Cricket PNG noted that Pacific Oz Sports Cricket Invitational 2025 showcased what can be achieved through strong partnership, support and collaboration, as this tournament stands as proof to the unity and shared passion for cricket in the Pacific. The organization highlighted this tournament has a potential to create and maintain good relationship amongst the participating countries and its players. The invitational tournament brings a lot to the table, both on and off the pitch. Cricket PNG extends its appreciation to players and the team officials, the tournament sponsors and stakeholders, match officials, tournament operation team, umpires and media for supporting the event, as she looks forward to host similar events in the future. Meanwhile, representing Cricket Australia, Brett Wood said it was a great initiative, this tournament. He said it gives the participating teams honor to be part of this event, support and make it a success. He added, the unity and support seen by all teams proves the success. Although the tournament ended on Sunday, trophy presentation and formal closing was made Sunday. Present at the event was Australia Acting High Commissioner to PNG Adrian Lochrin, patron of Cricket PNG and chairman of the Motu Koita Assembly Daddy Toka Jr., PNG Olympic Committee President MIYY and Cricket Australia representative Mr. Wood. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
An elaborate games opening ceremony was hosted by Lay's landowner company, Ahi Investment, on Sunday, June the 22nd. The event, which was officially opened by Chairman George Guare, marks the start of a week-long sports tournament involving the 6 Ahi villages of Morobe Province.
One of Morobe's landowner companies, Ahi Investment Limited, is celebrating 10 years of growth since its incorporation in 2015. Despite the heavy downpour on Sunday, June 22nd, residents from the 6 Ahi landowner villages of Butibam, Ngali, Kamkumung, Yanga, Wangang and Yalu were picked up and transported to Igam Barracks. Once the rain subsided, a grand opening ceremony commenced with the introduction of AIL's board of directors, led by Group Chairman George Guare. Deputy Chairman Guy Galang, and Directors Busik Hatter, Moses Eisen, Maurice Aaron, and Andy Masawa. An introduction of the management of AIL's different companies followed, then all the 5 codes from the 6 villages paraded in their different colors to their stations. When addressing the participants, Chairman George Guare said, over the past 10 years, AHI Investment Limited has grown from strength to strength.
Driven by the vision of our founding directors and the tireless effort of our team, I take this time to acknowledge our hard-working management team and every employee in all our subsidiaries. Today, we stand proud as a symbol of community development, wealth creation, and social responsibility.
The chairman outlined that AIL has been using the 17 Sustainable Development Goals as a guiding framework to guide the company's investment decisions. He gave the assurance that they will maintain the current direction, especially in the areas of health, education, and law and order. When declaring the tournament officially open, Guare encouraged the athletes to build relationships, supporting their teammates, promote fair play, and, more importantly, create lasting memories. Rex Lita, TVWAN News.
Nearly 1,000 people gathered at the Laiwadan field as early as 5 a.m. Sunday morning for the 2025 Trukai Fun Run. It was a success according to Medang Rural Development Foundation, who organized the event. Managing Director of the foundation, Kurere Mantanzana, said all Fun Run t-shirts were sold out.
Fun Run participants of all ages turned up in numbers to raise funds for Team PNG in its major fundraising event, the Trukai Fun Run 2025. Business houses, the police, correctional services, firefighters, and a team of medical professionals were part of the event. The walk began at Laiwadan. The Fun Run goers moved along the Laiwadan Double Road to Medang Country Club, along the beach to Masingan, and then onwards to Tusba Beach, up the road to Main Road and back into Laiwadan Oval. Medang Rural Development Foundation organized this Fun Run in Medang. Kurere Matanzana, who led the foundation's organizing team, was overwhelmed by the response and participation.
We don't have a lot of things happening in our province, and such initiative is important, to drive the message of unity and change and transformation of mindsets, especially for our residents and our new generation coming up.
Provincial Police Commander Acting Superintendent Robert Baim was pleased to see many people come out and support the initiative.
Togetherness, oneness.
Mr. Matanzana said they sold all Fun Run t-shirts, nearly 1,000 of them. He said while it was a fundraising event for PNG athletes, it promoted a healthy lifestyle as well.
Yeah, I'd like to encourage greater participation from our primary schools, our high schools, and of course our learning institutions like Medang Teachers College, Medang Nursing College, Divine Word University, PNG Maritime College, Medang Technical College, Tuspab Secondary School. I believe the principal is here. They see the benefit of that, and we need to promote, healthy lifestyle and work-life balance. I'm so encouraged to see doctors and all these big people participating in these events.
Meanwhile, a very happy Medang local, Konangi Ireng, crossed the finish line.
I know the techniques of running, so I use it then, and I made it.
Organizers gave gifts to the first 5 men and women who crossed the finish line. Frida Kana, TV1 Sports.
Melbourne Storm survived a massive scare on a day of upsets in the NRL, with fullback Ryan Pappenhuisen kicking the match-winning field goal in Golden Point to sink South Sydney 25-24. The Rabbitohs scored 5 tries to Melbourne's 4, but South's fullback Latrell Mitchell missed 3 of his 5 conversion attempts, which ultimately proved fatal. South's winger Alex Johnston scored 4 tries in one of the finest performances of his glittering career. He now has 206 NRL tries and is just 6 away from equaling Ken Irvin's all-time premiership record. Johnston's haul on Saturday night was also the 16th time he has scored a hat-trick, joining Irvin and Frank Burge for their premiership record. But the star winger's efforts were in vain. Mitchell had a chance at a long-range field goal in the final minute, but the attempt missed wide. Katalin Gunn has been touted as an up-and-coming star of wheelchair basketball, who's currently in China representing the Wombats in the 3x3 Asia-Oceania Cup. She grew up trying just about every sport but basketball on the Eyre Peninsula before a crash left her paraplegic at just 15.
In December 2018, Caitlin Gunn's life changed when she went for a drive around her family farm with friends.
I got a phone call from one of the girls' parents saying that the girls had been in a very bad accident. Not only did Caitlin's life change, but our life changed as a family.
The then 15-year-old broke bones in her back, neck and all of her ribs and was left paralysed from the waist down. She has no memory of the accident or the 4 weeks after.
My dad has told me that in ICU, a few days after I woke up from my coma, that I asked him, when will I be able to walk again? And he had to tell me that I probably would not be able to.
She turned around and said to all of us as a family, well, I'm here now, aren't I? Life goes on and I'm going to a Paralympics one day.
And she's already on the way to achieving that goal. Gunn's represented South Australia and Australia in wheelchair basketball, and she's playing in China with the Australian Wombats.
Hopefully come back with some shiny silverware around us. I love being able to play with my teammates. We've all come from obviously different but similar backgrounds. Some growing up with a disability, some acquiring their disability.
Almost 7 years on from the crash, she now trains at the South Australian Sports Institute 6 days a week, and there's no doubt in her coach's mind that she'll make it to the Paralympics.
I think she will. She's got that drive, she's got that commitment, and she wants to make it, and she deserves to make it.
An admirable goal for an admirable woman.
That ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern Port Moresby, cloudy periods with some possible rain showers and thunderstorms. Alotau, cloudy with continuous rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, Lae, Wewak and Vanimo, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms, and Boka, partly cloudy with some possible showers. Islands, all centers partly cloudy with brief evening showers. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, seas rough with east to southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots. Solomon Sea, seas light with easterly to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas light with easterly to northeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas light to moderate with northeast to easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daro to Kiwai Island, Hood Point to Samar Island, seas 2 to 3 meters. And waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1 to 2 meters. That ends TVWAN News. Thanks for watching. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by